Hello and welcome to this edition of Reporters, the magazine that brings you some of France 24's best reports from our correspondents around the world. Well, this week we take you to India for a closer look at the exiled Tibetan community. Tens of thousands of Tibetans live in the country. They came nearly 50 years ago after a failed anti-China uprising. Well, Tibet's spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama, set up a government in exile. Accused by Beijing as a separatist, he's revered as a hero by many of his people. But there are cracks at the heart of this community. Some Tibetans no longer believe in the Dalai Lama. They've chosen to follow the Buddhist god Dorje Shugden. The Dalai Lama accuses Shugden of being a devil and his followers of siding with China, betraying the Tibetan struggle. Well, our correspondents Capucine Henry and Nicolas Ack bring us this report.
At first glance, nothing distinguishes this Buddhist monk from another one. Yet he is a pariah. Dalatang is a Shugden monk, and the god he reveres is considered as a demon by the Dalai Lama himself. Since the past 2 months, in this village of Tibetan refugees in South India, all doors have been closed to him and to all the members of his community.
Look what's written here. Shugden worshippers cannot enter this shop. Good morning, can I come in? I'm a Shugden follower.
No, we have sworn to renounce the practice of Shugden. I promise to His Holiness the Dalai Lama not to have anything to do with Shugden practitioners. They have been harming the Tibetan cause.
Within a few months, this peaceful village shunned a part of its population. In the streets, witch hunts are the order of the day, with portraits of Shugden leaders pasted on the walls like outlaws.
Look, they have just put up their photos on the wall.
They are banned from entering not only shops, but also public institutions.
Yeah, you see this one. What is it? This is oath. So if you even take oath, don't come in this hospital.
It's apartheid on Buddhist land.
We're both monks. As Buddhist monks, you should be ashamed to be against the Dalai Lama in these crucial times. The Dalai Lama is our only pillar. He's the only person we can depend on.
Not at all. We're not violating his teachings. We are thrown out everywhere, just for our religion.
And you're flouting the Buddhist teachings. You have no business being here. You believe in the demon. Get out of here.
Quite obviously, the attention we are paying to the Shugdens disturbs them.
This is a hotly debated issue. Filming is not forbidden, but filming these people could create a lot of problems. Be careful about what you say to them. We're living in critical times.
No, I'm asking. I'll give you a problem if you do it. I say, when I'm refusing all these things, why you are taking again and again?
How did things come to this pass? On the 7th of January, the Dalai Lama delivered a speech that brooked no opposition in this Tibetan university in South India. In front of hundreds of monks, he condemned the Shugden movement and its practitioners.
I did not put aside the Shugdens for my personal interest. I have meditated and considered this at length in my soul and my spirit, before coming to the conclusion that this is the right decision. People have killed, lied, fought each other, and started fires in the name of this deity. These monks must be expelled from all monasteries without any hesitation. If they are not happy, you can tell them that the Dalai Lama himself asked that this be done, and it's very urgent.
A key moment in the history of Tibetan Buddhism and the beginning of a separation which could exclude 4 million Tibetans practicing this religion.
Aren't you ashamed to bring us such trouble? Get them to go. Get rid of them.
A few weeks after the Dalai Lama's speech, Shugden monks could no longer enter monasteries. They were to regroup themselves away from the monastery. Henceforth, they would be regarded as rebels, traitors who turned their backs on their master. Their fault, choosing to worship this idol, a demonic spirit, contrary to Buddhism, according to the Dalai Lama. This morning, young monks are following the Buddhist practice of questions and answers. For some time, these oratorial exercises have been coming back to the decision of their spiritual leader, which they have failed to understand.
Will the Dalai Lama really manage to ban a religion?
He won't be able to because we're in the right. So he won't be able to do that. It is he who is inconsistent.
On the one hand, the Dalai Lama speaks all the time of freedom of religious expression and compassion, and on the other, he forbids us from practicing our religion and throws us out of monasteries. It's inconsistent. We don't believe in him anymore. He is no longer our master.
Yes, the Dalai Lama is a spiritual leader, but behind the face of this holy man lies a political leader, and particularly at this moment, so we can no longer believe him.
Suspicions against the Dalai Lama. Are his demons more political than spiritual? The answer can be found at Dharamsala, North India, the home place of the Dalai Lama. It is here that he lives, in this monastery, since he escaped from Tibet 50 years ago. This is also where the Tibetan government in exile is. For the Prime Minister, the Shugden are first of all political enemies, enemies from within.
The Shugden people and China has a link that is ample evidence. Shugden followers all over the world, including the United States, they are all being supported and financed by PRC. People are frightened and scared because a lot of Shugden perpetrators have become terrorists, and they are willing to kill anybody. They are willing to beat up anybody. There are so many cases has been beating up and killing and arsoning, and all these cases are there. These are known to everyone.
Where are we going?
To convince us further, he leads us to an old chamber converted to a museum, a sort of museum of horrors dedicated to a great Buddhist master in 1997. This monk has dedicated his life and work to the denunciation of the Shugden spirit. For the pro-Dalai Lama, the Shugden's guilt is beyond any measure of doubt.
True worshippers of Shugden came here and they murdered him very badly. You can see the pictures there. And then two students along with the master was killed. You can see the strapped on the stomach. We want to know all over the world that they can do things like this.
The Shugden are all political traitors on the Chinese payroll, according to those close to the Dalai Lama. The Tibetan intelligence agencies are looking for proof. In this photo, the security chief shows us the back of a man, a very influential Shugden.
He is one of the stalwarts of the Shugden propagator, and he is a main funder for the Shugden activities in India or elsewhere in the world. On the same day, Dalai Lama Lobsang Ishi, this one, every year Chinese embassy, they organize a party to their contacts. At that time he was there. He has been associated with Shugden cause since a very long time and has been visiting China. Twice or thrice. For 3 times I think he has visited China. So he is being used by Chinese for their political ends.
We met the man on the photo. He lives in South India, close to the rebel monastery, with 10 other disciples. He too has declared war. He has just filed a complaint against the Dalai Lama at the Indian High Court on grounds of religious persecution. Is he acting alone or at somebody else's orders? He denies working for the Chinese, but does not hide the fact that he has Chinese friends.
What can be done?